Good morning, Raptor Freak. Alexiot's here. Monday morning, nice sunny morning in Toronto. Nice weather outside. I have a new computer with a new camera and a microphone. Hopefully, it'll look even better, look more professional. We are upgrading our game here at the Raptor Freak YouTube channel, and I hope that the Raptors can upgrade their game tonight. Oh, yeah, I'm putting in the work and showing the adjustments and the improvements in my YouTube channel, and I hope the Raptors take it to heart and do it themselves also, because what's going on with them right now is not good. 4 out of the last 5 games have been losses. 3 of those losses have been routes where we've lost by a lot, and it's not looking pretty right now. So we really need to shake this bad crap going on right now off of us. And tonight we have a good opportunity for that. Now, listen, this Nets team beat the Milwaukee Bucks on Saturday night in a close game that was high scoring, but they did have Kyrie Irving in that game. But they won't have him tonight. That they are adjusting the laws in New York soon that he may be allowed to start playing for the Nets in Brooklyn by around the 12th of March. So we don't see them again. This probably won't affect us. He's not going to be playing tonight for sure. That the rules haven't changed. And I don't think Kyrie's going to be available for either the games tonight or tomorrow here in Toronto. Now, Kevin also has already been ruled out. Kevin Durant is not going to be playing tonight. I'm sure he's not going to be playing tomorrow either. These are good things for the Raptors because we're in a bad place and we don't need these kind of tests right now. You know, it's going to be hard enough for us to beat this B team Nets team right now with where we're coming into it with at this point, because this is just we're in a bad place and we need to get some good things going. We need to get our offense going. We need to show that we can still play the same kind of defense we were playing before. It doesn't matter if OG's hurt or not, that we can still play this kind of defense, because this is really bad. We need to start getting the water out of the ship and start like getting floating and going again, because this has not been a good stretch around the All-Star break. And next one, Ben Simmons is not near to coming back. In fact, they've had a setback recently. They say it's his back. And, I can make all kinds of jokes about Ben Simmons having a back injury right now, about being spineless and things like that. But I'm not going to, even though I just did. But yeah, he's not going to be back. I'm going to guess that he shows up for them after they're done with most of their Philadelphia games for the year. Yeah, it's that simple. It's like he does not want to face that team. At some point, he's going to have to go to Philadelphia. He's going to have to face the crowd and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to happen with Ben Simmons. Honestly, he's kind of a joke in some ways right now, and it's kind of sad what's happened to him in his career. And then Joe Harris. Joe Harris is another guy who's on their injury report right now. He's going to get a second opinion on his ankle injury, and there's possibility that he might have to go under the knife again and get a second surgery and miss more time. So those 4 guys definitely not playing tonight. So who does the Nets have? Well, they've got a lot of new faces. That's the interesting thing. One of the last times we played the Nets, it was Kevin Durant and a bunch of the bench guys. It was basically Kevin Durant, Patty Mills, Blake Griffin, Brown, and a couple other guys. And they beat us in a close game. That was really deflating. Now, they don't have Kevin tonight, and it's going to be similar kind of mix of talent from that game before where we lost the Nets just barely. So we need to make sure that we really beat them tonight. And obviously, there's a lot of motivation and reasons for why we want to beat them. We're sliding. We need to get on the right side of like the win-loss column. They're 1 game behind us in the standings right now. So even we lose this game tonight, they're even with us. And I'm not sure if the percentage points they would put them over us or not, but let's not even find out. Let's just beat them and get closer to Boston again, and then not have Brooklyn right there nipping at our heels. We need some distance from them right behind us. And these 2 games are really important. If they win both these games, they're going to be ahead of us. And if we win both these games, then we will have a good chance of being further away from them, obviously. So that, without a question, is maybe one of the biggest reasons why this is a must win tonight, is just the way the standings are right now. And the fact that we've been losing, we just need to get that good feeling going, get some good things going for this team again. Now, another big reason why we really need to win tonight is Goran Dragic is activated for them. He played against Milwaukee Saturday. He only scored 6 points off the bench, but he's probably going to play tonight. I'm going to guess that they're going to need him to play because they have so many injuries, and it's going to be weird. I really want to see us make him look bad. I want to see us like execute and use him as a weakness when he's trying to play us defensively. Let's post him up. Let's do whatever we can to show him as a weak link. And I don't want to see him do anything good on the offensive end. We really need to guard him super well and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of different motivation here. You know, we're down 0-2 in the season series right now. We need to win these 2 games tonight and tomorrow to get that season series even. And then if we, you know, there may be some sort of tiebreaker that we win because of that, like if it gets down to the tiebreaker. So there's still a chance for us to salvage the season series with Brooklyn, but we need to win both these games to tie it up 2-2 for the year. So all kinds of reasons that this is such an important game tonight, obviously. And like I said, the fact that they don't have most of their big stars makes it a must win in some ways, is that we need to really show up and really like mess them up. We need to mess them up bad and play at a high level, have our offense clicking on the flex offense. We need our positionless defensive scheme to be rotating nice and good and stop them. Like, who do they have? They have Seth Curry. They have Andre Drummond. They have Patty Mills. They have Goran Dragic. They have James Johnson. They're starting James Johnson right now. You know, this is what I'm saying. We need to beat this team of the Nets. They don't have Kyrie. They don't have Kevin. They don't have Ben Simmons. They're going to get better when they get these guys back. So we especially need to beat them tonight. And it should really help our feelings of how we're feeling about the team right now to get another W. That is why, another reason why it's just so important. Now, on our injury report, OG is out still, and Fred is listed as questionable for his knee. So, you know, it'll probably be similar to the lineup we had the other night. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fred shows up and tries to play no matter what, because he's that kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that won't sit unless he really has to. And if it's not hurting him that bad and he feels like he can, he will show up for his team and try and play. So, man, it's going to be, you know, this isn't going to be an easy game, even with this scrubbier team of Nets. We're going to have to play at a high level, and we're going to have to execute and do a lot of really important things. Because if we don't, and we lose to them with a lesser team, and we continue this slide, it's going to get darker and darker for Raptor Fan Nation. Whether it's going to be more and more people jumping off the ship, more people slandering and talking negatively about the team, more people saying we're no good and they want to blow it up, all kinds of stupid noise that comes when the Raptors lose. And we don't want to go in that direction any further. We need to win tonight. And, oh, my gosh. The keys to victory really are getting back to the basics with our defense, really focusing and dedicating ourselves to rotating, closing out, and getting in the face of the Nets as much as we can and just harassing them. And then one of the things we haven't done very well in these losses recently is being an aggressor, being somebody who comes out and takes control of the game and controls it the way you want to. We haven't done enough of that. Part of it is that Pascal, I don't know, he's a guy who does that for the most part for us on offense. And he's maybe not felt totally well because of his illness this past weekend. So hopefully maybe he's feeling a lot better today and he can come out there and just be the most dominant player on the court, getting whatever he wants offensively and just playing just at a really high level for us, because we really need that tonight. If it's not going to be him, we're going to need Gary to be at a high level. We're going to need Scotty and Precious to do what they've been doing this past weekend. We're just going to need guys to step up and play at a high level again, because we're only getting like 1 or 2 guys a game playing at a high level right now. And then the rest of them are super mediocre to poor. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, let me see. Let's do the real Raptor mascot of the day. Now, listen, the last time we saw the Raptor, they were in a ditch and they've been getting eaten on like carrion by a hawk. And yeah, that hawk kind of got some good morsels out of him, like while he's laying there, and he shocked it, got it to go away and stuff like that. But still, he's still laying in the ditch. He's really looking bad. Like he has low pulse. He's not feeling good. You can tell he's been bleeding. He's just like not in a good place. And all of a sudden, some people come by with a white van, and they pull up and they see him in the ditch, and they're like, "What's going on with this reptile thing in the ditch?" They think it's an alligator. Actually, they're like, "Whoa, there's an alligator in the ditch." So they they go and they get a net. Yeah, a net. And they throw it over the gator for safety. Well, it's not a gator, it's the raptor. And he's like in the net now. And the raptor wakes up and he's like, what's going on here? He can't talk to them for some reason because the raptor doesn't actually talk. If you notice, the raptor mascot never talks. He just does sign language and moves his hands and stuff like that at the games. So he can't tell them he's actually a sports mascot and that he's just having a real bad run of luck right now. Like he's having some issues. And they're putting him in the net. And he's in the net. And then all of a sudden he's in the back of this truck, this van. And he's like tangled up in it. They think they have a gator. And they're starting to drive him to the Everglades. Yeah, because he's like in Florida, somewhere down there. And they want to go release him back. But the Raptors like, I don't like being caught up in this net. This sucks. Thought he heard one of the drivers speaking in Slovenian, and he's like, "Nah, I can't be in this net." And he starts chewing in the net, and he gets it a little like loosened up. All of a sudden, the van stops, and he hears the people get out that have him in the net, and they're coming to the back and trying to pull him out, but he's already kind of like loosened the net from chewing on it while they were riding along, and then when they pull him out, he kind of gets free out of the net and he bites the guy's arm off. Yeah, he bites the guy's arm off and then he runs away. So that's your real mascot matchup for today. So anyway, all right. So today, really good morning, Sue. Good to see you. Let's do it for sure. We got to beat the Nets tonight for so many reasons, whether it be because of Goran and just this bullshit this season, whether it be that they're below us in the standings is very close, one game ahead of them. It's going to change things. If we lose to them, then we're going to be even with them. We're down 0-2 in the season series. We need to get some wins against them this season. So tonight and tomorrow are really good opportunities. I don't want to think about tomorrow, though. I want to think about just tonight. And then what happens tonight will inform how I should feel about tomorrow, because it's one night at a time. And this may be one of the most important games of this whole season for setting the tone and deciding what's going to happen with the Raptors for this season is tonight. And I really, really don't want to see them lose to a lesser Brooklyn Nets team, because this is a lesser team. And the Bucks just lost to them on Saturday night, and they don't feel good about losing to a Nets team with just Kyrie Irving and the guys that showed up. They want to beat the team when they're missing Kevin Durant, because when Kevin Durant shows up, that's a whole mess of other trouble. So we really, really, really need to beat Brooklyn tonight. I cannot overstate this more. This is maybe the most important game of the year tonight in some ways, as far as like put up or shut up. Your backs are against the walls at this point, Raptors. You've been humiliated. You've played like garbage. You're not playing like yourselves. You need to find yourselves tonight. And this team may be the right team for y'all to figure it out and get back on track. I don't want to see Goran smiling like in the picture I posted for this stream. I do not want to see him happy. I don't want to see him laughing and pounding around with his buddy, Coach Nash. I want to see him upset and just getting frustrated, disgruntled, because he can't do anything against us. We need to get that fire back on our defense that stymies and frustrates the other team. And we can't have any more of this open door. Nick Nurse, please play the players that are playing the best. It doesn't matter if they're bench guys. You haven't played much lately. Play the guys who are putting the effort out, closing out on their defensive assignments, making the right decisions, and playing with energy. because the last 2 games, you have had a lot of guys out there filling minutes that have not put out energy. And this is the point where you need to reward guys who are putting the energy out there. And it may be somebody like Yuta. It may be somebody like Malachi. It could even be somebody like Svi. So roll the dice and give some of your other guys a chance tonight, maybe, because the talent on the other side may match up pretty well with them to a degree. You may be able to buy some rest minutes for your main guys. You've been riding hard all season. And maybe you might just wake up some of your bench and get them going in the right direction so that they can really help and contribute for the rest of the season. Sue saying, I heard KD might play tonight. No, Sue, it's not going to happen. He's been ruled out officially late last night. He's not going to play tonight for sure. If you've heard something more recent this morning, then maybe. But what I'm hearing is he's definitely not playing against Toronto in the next 2 nights. That is too soon for him to come back. So I that's not what I've heard. But I may get off here and I may go look at Josh Lewenberg's Twitter and it says something different all of a sudden. But last thing I saw is he's officially ruled out for sure. So, yeah, we don't want to mess with KD in our weakened state right now. He will absolutely kill us, maybe even just kill the whole franchise. So, mercy, please. We don't want to see any of these guys. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Simmons just because he's not going to make any sense out there. He's going to have a hard time, gelling and fitting in right away. His first game in with them. That might be okay. But as far as the other guys and even Joe Harris, I mean, he's not even close to coming back, honestly, Joe Harris. But I don't want to see Kyrie and Kevin for sure tonight. So, all right. I don't need to go super long today. This is just a preview talking about how important and crucial this Brooklyn Nets game is tonight, and that this may set the tone for the rest of the season in some ways, these 2 games against Brooklyn. Because if we lose both of them and we start going down that way, we're going to really need to be fighting for a play-in spot instead of fighting for a playoff spot out of the play-in. Because that's a big difference. Being in those top 6 and being in the top 10 is a big difference in what you've got to go through when the season ends. So, all right, y'all, let's go Raptors. I hope my new stream quality is better because of the new computer, the new microphone, the new camera. Hopefully everything is looking nice and crystal clear, much better, and no laggy at all. It should be that way at this point. So, all right, thanks for watching me today. I'll be back tomorrow with a reaction for the game tonight and a preview for the game tomorrow night. We've got to beat the Nets, y'all. We got to beat the Nets. Come on. Let's go.